Hey, hello. So these are my Armor X Pro settings to date right now. Now this is the motion. It's the first screen that's gonna open up when you open up the app. I got the sensor sensitivity on 50. My horizontal vertical ratio is on 1.5. I would say use 1.5 or 0.5. Excuse me, not 1.5, but 0.5. I would say use 0.5 or 0.6 or 7. Those worked out the best so far. I have my response curve set to 120. But what I did do is the dead zone compensation. So when you use the dead zone compensation, what happens is that little orange bar at the bottom will rise up, and the further up you rise, your dead zone compensation, the more twitchy and the more sensitive the controller will be. I'm using the global switch. I'm not using the responsive switch, which you could put it on the right stick or the left stick and do it that way. But I do it this way so that I have the full motion of the gyro, because like I said, I'm a disabled veteran, and it's hard for me. Sometimes I get muscle spasms, and it's hard for me to like grip the controller and hold on like I'm supposed to. So this is what helps out, because whatever way you move the controller, like up, down, left, and right, that's the way it's gonna go. So when you have it on global switch, you would think about if it's a racing game, you don't have to pull your stick, your left thumbstick left and right. You could use the controller and just point it left, right, up, or down. Alright, so those are the settings for motion. As far as what I have my thumbsticks on, I have my left stick dead zone is on 15. That's because, once again, like I said, the muscle spasms, myopathy. I have the muscle spasms, and my thumb. What happened is I'll get a spasm and I'll be moving my thumb back and forth. So my dead zone is on 15. My right stick dead zone is on 2. I have the right stick on instant, and I have the left stick on instant as well. Instant, from what I understand, instant, like when you're shooting and you're moving the thumbstick back and forth, whatever. When you're shooting, instant brings it back to the target when you let it go. That's my understanding. Okay, my triggers. I have really low dead zones on my trigger. I got 2 on the left, and I have 1 on the right. I'll set them both for a hair trigger, and the reason why I have 2 on the left trigger is because I want to make sure that that I'm lined up and on target when I pull it, and it might take a second or two before I'm exactly on the target, like where I want to be. And the right trigger, I want that immediate. Like as soon as as soon as I feel like I'm lined up, I want that to go. So that's on 1. And for turbo, I have turbo set to both left and right trigger. Now, these are the left and right triggers to the mappable buttons. These are not to. I don't have turbo on my regular ones. I have these to the mappable buttons. And what that does, if you watch some of the videos, and you'll see that the when I'm aiming down sights, is going in like a circle and it's jumping. That's what turbo does on the left trigger for when you're aiming down sight. On the right trigger, it lets the bullets fly. And it's a movie called Let the Bullets Fly. I don't know, you might want to look that movie up. It was a pretty decent movie, but if you're not in the Asian movies, I think Chow Yun Fat is in there. But if you're not in the Asian movies, then it's probably not for you. But Let the Bullets Fly was a really good movie. Anyway, the turbo button lets the bullets fly. And you could try that out. So these are, like I said in the beginning, these are my settings as of now that I'm using with the Armor X Pro, Big One Armor X Pro. And another thing, like I also said, the Cronus Zen. I've been using the Cronus Zen. It wasn't a full year. It's like, I'm going to say 7 months, something like that. It took a little bit getting used to. You do have to pay that one-time fee for when you hook it to your computer and everything. You got to pay the one-time fee. And once you're in that community, you can download the scripts. And they've got pro scripts for Apex Legends. But it's a lot of wires. Your controller has to stay wired. You have to do continuous updates. The updates is continuous. Depending on the game. Like anytime that a new game comes out, I think Modern Warfare is the main one that everybody uses that for. They get on there and use it to cheat. But the anti-recoil is there. Auto reload is there. It's got turbo. It's got different Taylor. It's got Taylor drift. It's got what is it? It's got a bunch of different like really really good anti-recoil system in place. So it's really really good. It's really really good. I'm not knocking the Cronus Zen at all. But this, the Armor X Pro, to me, is more of a, like, the freedom of not having to worry about updates and downloads and stuff like that. And like I said, no wires or anything. You just pretty much playing the game. And once you find your rhythm, you control your recoil. And if you do any research on recoil smoothing, and in this particular game, Apex Legends, I've got a lot of time in. And right now, I spend probably more time in the firing range practicing than I do actually playing the game. So my day will be, I'll probably play 6 or 7 games, but the rest of the day I'll spend hours on hours, in the firing range. And it's mostly, to me, it's about the firing range. And then after I spend maybe a good half an hour in the firing range, I want to see what it's like in game. So then I'll play maybe 1 game or 2 games to see how these settings are, and what the gameplay feels like on these settings that I've just put in. And then I go back to the firing range and tweak if I have to tweak. But I'll make sure that I play the game how I would. And my gameplay is more situational. I like the strategy and the situation. That's why I have as many wins as I do, because the game is not over until it's over. And it's been plenty of times where 2 teammates have left me early in the game before you could, the Wraith and the Octane, they get knocked, they quit out. Excuse me. And before I can go ahead and finish up and help them out or whatever. So a lot of times that happens, and I don't have a problem with winning solo by myself at the end game, because I'm going to play the game as smart as humanly possible on my behalf, as smart as I can do it. And so I really love the game because the outcome, you never know about the outcome. I highly disagree with them taking away the gold knockdown shield, being able to soft revive. That threw a real big monkey wrench in my gameplay. But it is what it is. And I enjoy the game regardless. I don't think it's too much that they could do to the game to make me not play the game. I'm putting this up here because the last person that I responded to asked where was the sentence. Excuse me. So I wanted to make sure that I put this up here and pretty much explained it the best that I could. And eventually what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put up some of the skins and that I have for my weapons and my characters, and probably go through that stuff just to have other stuff up there besides this. I mean, this is the meat and potatoes. What you want to know is what's the settings, what do they do, and is this going to make a difference, and if so, how is this going to make a difference in my gameplay? And I understand that. That's why I explained I play at a high sensitivity. If you play at 4-3 or something like that, you might have to make adjustments as far as these settings right here, and turn the sensitivity down if that's what you're used to, a low sensitivity. But I like a high sensitivity because even though I'm not, it's not moving faster than anybody else in the game. Like I said, by me being a disabled veteran, I have the option of making a few mistakes, because I'm going to make mistakes here and there that everybody else is not going to make. And the mistakes that I make, with me playing at high sensitivity, the mistakes that I make, it enables me a chance to reset and gather myself and continue playing the game. Anyway, these are the settings, and like I said, if there's anything else, we'll dig into that later.